Evolution usually means an animal grows stronger and more capable, but for one particular creature, hitting the experience threshold represents a biological death sentence. When players dig into the actual lore behind this classic design, the realization routinely sparks waves of viral, existential dread across the fanbase. We're looking at Specimen 046, Paras. It's a bug and grass type originally from the Kanto region, though later games like Legends Arceus portray it as a surprisingly aggressive creature in the wild. Its anatomy draws directly from a real insect. Notice the brown, dried exoskeleton, the heavy clawed front legs, and the wingless abdomen, the physical traits of a burrowing cicada nymph. Early on, it's a highly useful team member. It possesses the ability Dry Skin, which heals it when hit by water, and it learns Spore, a powerful status move that induces sleep with 100% accuracy. But that cute exterior and early game utility mask a grim reality. Every experience point brings the host organism one step closer to being entirely consumed from within. Compared to competitive averages on this radar chart, it sits in the F tier, crippled by an abysmal base speed of 25. Shifting to a damage versus utility bar graph, we see it relies entirely on utility moves like Knockoff to scrape by. This severe mechanical weakness stems from a specific biological anomaly, the two vibrant orange mushrooms sprouting from its back, known as the tochukaso. The sluggish speed and low damage output are not arbitrary balancing choices by the developers. They are, in fact, a perfectly accurate simulation of an immune system collapsing entirely under a heavy fungal burden. In the real world, this exact interaction happens every day. Thousands of fungal species, including Cordyceps and Pycilomyces cicadae, survive by parasitizing arthropods. These entomopathogenic fungi infiltrate the host's body and grow through its internal cavity. Terrifyingly, studies show they hijack the host's muscular system to control its physical movements, all while leaving the brain intact and perfectly aware. This produces a grim symptom biologists call summit disease. The infected host loses its instinctive fear of heights, climbs to an exposed location, and locks its jaws in a permanent death grip while a fungal stalk erupts from its body. The anime adaptation frequently ignores this gruesome scientific reality, showing the mushrooms being temporarily removed for comic relief or simple medicine. That sanitization packages a horrific biological hijacking into a quirky symbiotic relationship, putting a friendly face on a terminal infection. But that infection is highly lucrative. In high-altitude regions like the Himalayas, harvesters crawl through the freezing grass to physically search the dirt for these infected insect corpses. These Cordyceps specimens have been used extensively in traditional Chinese medicine for centuries. This mirrors the in-game lore, where the mushrooms on Paras's back are highly prized for creating potent herbal remedies. There is a striking biological irony here. Because of its cicada origins, Paras belongs to the order Hemiptera. Scientifically speaking, that makes it one of the only true bugs in the entire franchise. In both reality and the game world, the continuous suffering of the host produces a high-value commodity, making the fatal infection highly profitable for humans. The fragile truce between insect and fungus shatters the moment the creature reaches level 24 and evolves into Parasect. The anatomical decay is absolute. The host's limbs atrophy, the separate fungi merge into a single massive cap, and the vibrant eyes cloud over into a dead, milky white. Official Pokédex entries remove any remaining ambiguity. They confirm the bug is mostly dead, and that the mushroom now controls the hollow shell. The nightmare even extends to the next generation. The lore states that the dominant fungus actively scatters its spores onto the host's eggs as they are laid, guaranteeing the cycle continues. Evolution marks the point where the animal finally loses its struggle, ceding total control to the parasite. This total biological decay translates directly into ultimate mechanical failure when you try to use Parasect in competitive battle. This multiplier matrix isolates the bug and grass typing, revealing a devastating set of quadruple weaknesses, specifically to incoming fire and flying type attacks. The quadruple weakness to fire reflects a simple chemical reality. A flamethrower attack instantly ignites the highly flammable, dried-out fungal fibers that have replaced the bug's internal organs. It is a masterclass in creature design. The creators blended uncompromising real-world ecology with rigid RPG mechanics to build a monster doomed by its own biology. It leaves players with a quiet ethical dilemma. You have to weigh the desire to complete a Pokédex against the cruelty of ever letting a Paras reach level 24.